Welcome to the Adventure Quest World's new player and or returning player guide. It's pretty simple, really. We're gonna cover pretty much everything that you need to know. Alright? So, what do you need to know first? The first thing that you need to know is you need to check your settings, right? So, we open up our settings. You can see this gear icon over here, right? And make sure that you have advanced options. You click on that, and then you go on the search bar, search quests, right? Make sure that you have quest log turn-ins and quest spinner on. That's gonna be very important. And of course, you need to make sure that like your auras are all also active, as you can see, right? I'll show that why that's important a little bit later. All right. After checking your settings, the next thing that you want to know, of course, is the calendar, right? So what is the calendar for? It basically tells you, right? As you can see, double XP, double gold. Yeah, so it tells you basically which day of the month there's like a boost, right? A boost or like a special event there. So right now we're on the 29th, as you can see. Tomorrow there's gonna be a double class point boost. So, yeah, that's the second thing that you need to know. All right. The third thing that you need to know, right, is where do you go to level, right? So right now we're probably in the most populated server, right? We're on Artex, right? What you want to do first before you go to this map, right, is you go to your game menu. Wait, no, you go to trainers, right? And then you get all of the basic classes. Right. Okay, so we're getting Rogue. There we go. We're getting Warrior. And we're getting Healer, because right now we have Mage already. Right? Okay, so that's gonna be all of the classes for like the starting parts. This is going to be very important why you need that. And of course, for progression purposes, right, if you're like in a harder map, I would suggest buying Oracle from the regular class shop. There's also Barber, right? You can buy that as well, completely free. And Oracle, there you go. Alright, so once you have that, right, you can go to join Shadow Battlon. Okay, hold on. Before we go there, go back to your settings first, because some of you might lag quite a bit, right? So you can basically disable your animations and stuff like that. You can hide players, hide like basically like whatever you want to hide and like whatever you want to like do, right? Because what you want to do is when you level up is you want to rank up all of your basic classes, you know, Healer, Mage, Oracle, Mage, Rogue, and Warrior. You need to rank 10 all of them, and this is gonna make sense a little bit later, right? Okay, so we go to join Shadow Battlon. Skip this cutscene, doesn't matter. So what you want to do here is basically just farm levels and also farm, as you can see, like there's like a lot of people in this map, in this area, farming for levels and class points. Because as of right now, your main goal is to get to level 60 at the very least. Level 60, level 75, like around that. Around that benchmark. So you want to go here you want to accept these 2 quests, and later on, there's gonna be like a 3rd quest after that. If you go over here on like your quest menu, you can look at temporary inventory, and as you can see, these 2 medals, quest items, like temporary quest items, stack after 300, right? So what you can do, right, over here, you can go quest, you can pin the quest by clicking on the red pin button, right? And so when you click over here, when you click your little icon on your, like your quest icon on your character HP bar, it's gonna show all of the quests that you pinned, right? And like, if you see my screen, right, there's gonna be like auras. So it tells you if what buffs and debuffs that you basically have. Very important. Like you need to remember that, because it's gonna be very important like way later on. But as you can see, like I'm leveling up like crazy, right? But I'm not gonna go all the way to rank 10. Okay, so I'm gonna complete this real quick. Right? Okay. Okay, so what next do you want to do? Like, okay, before that, you go over here, right, on the shop, and as you can see, there's what do you call it? Damage increase weapon, right? It has a damage increase buff for like human enemies. Same for the armor for this one, but you need to be like level 60, right? Okay. So the next thing that you need to know, let's get out of here. It's too laggy. Is you need to know about all enchantments, right? So what you want to do is join. Okay, let's unaccept this quest real quick. All right, on there, right? If you're like farming, right? You can search quest again, right? And as you can see, re-accept quest after turn in. You can turn that on or off depending on if you're like farming or not. If you're farming, turn that on. Like if you're farming like multiple resources, turn that on. Alright, so you go to join museum. So this is gonna be your basic enchantments, right? Okay, so we have of course our regular enchantments, right, over here. You can go to shop, and then you go enchantments, and then this is gonna be your enchantments. Usually, since we're not like very serious, we're gonna just go full lucky on like pretty much everything for now. Like it doesn't really matter for now like what you really put in. Just as long as it is enchanted. So like basically what you want to remember is you want to make sure that everything is like enchanted. But first, right, we're gonna need like our first power boost, which is going to artifact quests, right? And then Blade of All, then go to Crossroads. You're gonna talk to Valencia again, right? And go Blade of All again. Okay, no. Forge the blade, and then create Blade of All. It's gonna give you like quests, like this one, all quests, right? You can pin that, and then as you can see, legendary stone red. Now this is like pretty simple, right? What you want to do is join J6. As you can see, if you read the description there, it says find the stone red to begin with your quest to assemble the Blade of All. I have heard that the dragon stole the stone red and is keeping it in its hoard. Slay the dragons of law until you recover the stone red. So I'm gonna go to J6 because there's a dragon there that's like relatively easy to kill. Right. It might take a little bit, right? But at some point, it's going to drop. Oh, right. If you're looking at my screen right now, you can see that there's like a drop table over here. You can mess around with this, basically. Like, you can just go drops, as you can see. Custom UI drops. I turn it on, and then you can just customize it however you want, right? And for example, you don't want an item, like let's say this one. You just press shift, and then there you go. You can basically just delete it from like dropping for you. Because like sometimes you don't really need the item anymore because you either have it or have it on your bank, right? Yeah. So it's kind of be like so like it's basically like decluttering. You can just mess around on that menu, like do whatever you want basically with it. Oh yeah, on this map, you might get this item. Make sure that you collect it. It's gonna be important for later. Like the J6 map, basically. It's gonna be very important for later. But that's probably gonna be a guide video for another day. I pinned the quest, but I didn't accept. I was like, why is it taking so long? Oh god, sorry. Alright, as you can see, we got the stone writ, right? And what we can do, since we have our quest pinned, right? We can just submit that, get the item that we want or like need, just the legendary stone writ, and go to the next quest, right? And basically, after you finish all of the quests up to I think find the runes, right? It's going to give you, what do you call it? You need to make the Blade of All. So you need to go back to museum, right? Join museum. Go to Crossroads, Artifact Quest, Blade of All, and Crossroads. And then you go over here, forge the Blade of All, create Blade of All. And as you can see, you need all of the parts there, right? And once you basically unlock or like get all of the necessary items there, it's going to give you the Blade of All, right? It's 10 damage to like every type of enemy, and that's gonna be your first damage boost. Alright, so if you unlock it, as you can see, you get like something called All Enchantments, right? And that's basically your first power boost, right? At around level 60-ish, hold on, let me change accounts. That's completely fine. Alright. So this is where basically the end game enchantments are located. So what you want to do is go join Forge. You're just gonna go to a private instance because most of the people who go here are, you know, in-game players. And as you can see, you need to basically do a smithing quest, right? You need to get to rank 10, as you can see. So you need to get to rank 10 of blacksmithing. And I would say go with I think it was masterful metallurgy. No, it's not. Monster machining, right? This is like the easiest way to do it because you can stack Hydra scale piece and monster trophy. Basically, you can stack these, but not the creature shard. So this is why it's important, because if you look at the forge quests, right, the actual quests for forge for like your forge enchantments, if you look at here, you're not gonna do weapon first. Weapon you do it later, right? You want to basically start with helm enchantments, right? So if you go to your forge quests and you go to your helm enchantments, you're gonna see, right, that some of them will require you to have rank 10 of like your like your basic classes. So your healer, your mage, your warrior, your rogue, right? It's gonna require that. But since I'm not, I didn't like get my blacksmithing to rank 10, I'm not able to access those quests yet because you need to rank up your enchantments to rank 10 first. All right. So what you're gonna do is basically like what you want to do after that basically is you want to go to join Citadel, right? And then you want to complete all of the quests here, right? You want to complete all of this quests. You can pin that and whatever. And at some point, right, if you go over here, right, you go middle, then you go over here, and then go back. It's gonna give you to like a chasm, right? And then you're going to get into this area. He's gonna have a quest. You have to kill him, and that's where your Oracle class will come into like what do you call it? Like into like use. Because what Oracle class does is it's very, very tanky. Like you can basically do this alone, right? Without like any help. But it's better if somebody like helps you. Okay. Because you need to access the map here, so you need to do the quest. Alright. So let's do that again. Okay. Once you finish that quest, right? You can go inside of this area here, and you can join map. Okay, so why do you want to do this for like as early as possible? It's because you want Archfiend, right? As you can see, you go Archfiend quest, and you need to collect all of these. It might seem really daunting, but really you just need to collect like 15 million gold, because it's gonna be very, very easy to get this if you have time, right? So what you want to do, right, is go to the middle, and again go over here, then go over here, and then over here, and then at some point I don't know what level it is, but like around level 50 or something, maybe, you're gonna get access to this area here. So you go hit quests, right? Supplies of Wheel of Doom, you accept that. You accept Swindle's return policy as well. And then what you want to do is, if you're on a populated server, and hopefully you are, join Ultra Altion. Okay, there you go. And usually this is packed, but as you can see, there's only 2 players here, because we're at room 6, which means that there are like Ultra Altions that are like way more packed than this one. Let's try that again. Hopefully we go to like a packed room. Yeah, there we go. Alright. So hold on. Let's see if it drops. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Just to show you, right? So you'll see, right, that the Relic of Chaos has you can stack this up to 13 times. So you can turn this in 13 times. Like the supplies of spin of Little Chance. And basically when you turn it in, it's gonna give you like items, right? Now what the items that you need is the following. These are like the items that you need. So you need unidentified 1, 6, 9, and 16. And then you need to kill like 1 Dark Makai from the previous map. And then you can get this, right? You need a lot of these. These are basically I think you can sell them for gold. Give me a second. Let's go here, shops. It doesn't really matter. Dark Birth Rares, it doesn't matter. Sell your items. Receipt. Where is the receipt? Ah, here you go. So you can see this is 75,000 a pop, but you don't want that because you want to go to you have to like save it up so you can buy the materials in case you're gonna need it. This is like a double edge, like a double farm basically, because at some point you're gonna need something called Ravenous, right? And in order to get Ravenous, which is like an end game enchantment basically, I'm gonna switch to my main character. Right? Okay. Okay. So if you look at this, right? In order for you to access Ravenous, you're gonna need a class called Void High Lord, which I have right now, but I have like 5 more weeks to go to like unlock the class itself, or like the enchantment itself. So if you go here, Void High Lord, there you go, and you're going to need to get a Fiend Shard. I think it's like a Join Void Chasm. And shop. There you go. You need to buy this, right? You need to buy this, and then when you go to your house, right? As you can see, you're gonna have quests, and right now I'm on like the very final one. If you don't have Void High Lord, right? If you don't have Void High Lord, you can't access the last quest. Like you cannot accept this last quest, because you need to finish that quest so you can get this item over here, which is the Gluttonous Maw, right? As you can see, you need to complete the finale, right? And why is that? If you go to Forge, right? Join Forge. You click over here and you go to Forge Quest, Weapon Quests. See Ravenous, right? It requires you to have Gluttonous Maw. And yeah, that's basically it. That's like all of the basic things that you like need to know, right? I'm gonna discuss about like what you need to do after you go rank 10 all of your basic classes, rank 10 Oracle. I'm gonna tell you whatever you need to do and or know, alright? But that's gonna be a separate video. Okay, so just a repeat, right? The first thing you need to do is check your settings, check your advanced options basically, right? Check your advanced options. Make sure that every single option, like everything that you want, is basically on there, right? Like it's turned on or turned off, right? Make sure that this is, and again, very important that this is turned on, right? And I'm gonna discuss on the next video the stuff that you need to do, like what reputations you need to like focus on, what classes you need to get, right? But that's like the bit, like the brief overview of why you need to do these things first, right? If you're trying to like get at the very least like catch up, right? And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to discuss more in the next video. Thank you for watching.